Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. In 2014, Capcom celebrated the 10th anniversary of the franchise with a special exhibition event in Tokyo from August 2nd to August 31st. I happened to be lucky enough to go to it, and they had a lot of real special materials from the game's inception on display, as well as a special booklet that contained a lot of early development images. Usually with the encyclopedias and Monster Hunter Festa booklets, they will include ideas that were discarded, put on the back shelf for a later date, or just early monster concepts that eventually developed into the monsters we know and love. For example, in the special booklet for Monster Hunter Festa 2016, they included sketches from early ideas in Monster Hunter Generations, and we could see that they were once thinking of a new weapon in the form of a hunting dog. This seems to be what inspired the Palamute. We see similar appearances and features drawn here from what we've seen in Rise Sunbreak. They even had a new weapon idea for a bladed boomerang, which seems to be what inspired the crazy magnet spike from Monster Hunter Frontier Z Zenith in 2018. So you can see good ideas don't die easily and can often come back in some form or another. I was still going through the older books myself when I came upon a video from Takie, a Japanese Monster Hunter creator who I enjoy a lot, and he mentioned that the 10th anniversary booklet had some images that hint heavily to the origins of the new mounted friend that we have in the trailer. So I shifted my focus to that, did my research, and here's what I got. Back before Monster Hunter 1 was made, it was originally being designed as a more fantasy-based game with various jobs. One of the early sketches in the 10th anniversary book was that of a ranger and an Archaeopteryx. Look familiar? The idea was something very lightweight so that you can ride on it and use it to glide jump between cliffs in a valley. The hunter even used a lightning rod as a weapon, with a note that it could be used to collect electricity. The bird-like dinosaur was outfitted with a light insect shell for a mask, and the image we get here is really similar to what we see to the monster in the trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds. It is considered sort of the missing evolutionary link between dinosaurs and birds, but it is a dinosaur. Now, this is Monster Hunter, so obviously they're going to put their own twist on things, but the mount we see in the reveal trailer is, one, obviously quite big, but it has some really striking similarities to the idea of an Archaeopteryx, like the sharp teeth in its mouth, 3 fingers with claws, covert feathers for gliding, and more. When we see the hunter walking with it, it's just using its hind legs, and when the hunter chooses to sprint, then we see the creature use its half-wing, half-feet front claws to run on all fours. When we see it jump to glide, we get a sense that this is not a creature that just flies around like a bird, but one that could glide across edges. Given the success of Monster Hunter World, I think it's safe to imagine that Tokuda-san is either directing or overseeing the new title, and he is famous for his obsession with lizards, dinosaurs, and trying to bring them to life. It was he who redesigned Rathalos in 3rd generation to have more realistic physical features, and of course World was his vision of a living, breathing world. Taking a mount companion inspired from the Archaeopteryx is exactly something I could see him doing. There are 2 more images in this book with a similar creature and the hunter in a dry desert-like area fighting off blood-sucking potato bugs, pill bugs, roly-polies, or whatever it's called in your country. These little creatures had tails with 3 serrations on them so that they can stick into their prey and not let them go. I find it funny since we also have armadillo-like creatures in the trailer already, although nothing similar to what we see here. These feel almost more like Kunchu than anything. The second image shows that of a hunter with a giant net shooting gun. Now, technically we could speculate that we haven't actually seen what looks like the bow gun in the satchel that the monster and the hunter are carrying, so maybe it is actually like this. Maybe it's a huge shooting net for gathering or trapping monsters. Of course, we did see the net idea take root in Monster Hunter World with the idea of the endemic life and the slinger. Finally, there are 2 other images that mention the lightning rod, and for these, they are shell armor that is lightning resistant. For the female armor, we see that she has a grounding wire, interesting, a skirt decorated with the feathers from the Archaeopteryx, and a shell armor acting as protection from lightning on the helm and chest piece with dark insulation materials made from the roly-polies. The weapon says that, like the male one, it's supposed to be sort of just like the foot or tooth of a large insect forged into a 2-sided blade, or they're calling here a naginata. For the male ranger, it shows also armor using shells that are not conducting on the chest, hands, and feet, the thick soles of the shoes to make sure not to conduct electricity, and I laughed when I saw this helm because it has a giant white shell spike that is apparently conductive and will protect the hunter from lightning. Look familiar? It says, of course, that the inner black parts, just like the female armor, are insulation from the shells of the roly-poly-like creatures. Over and all, I just think this is a really fun discovery. Being able to think of this new mount as an Archaeopteryx is really cool. I don't know if we want to start calling him Archie or something, or some type of nickname to make him cute, but I can definitely see, as I study more about this real-life, prehistoric dinosaur bird thing, that I'm seeing the similarities between that and what we're seeing in the trailer. And this whole thing about lightning and lightning rods is just really interesting, that this was an idea that they had way back in the day, and maybe what we're seeing here is a resurgence of a 20-year-old idea. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think it's a really fun discovery, and I think it can help fuel even more theories. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let's have fun speculating and thinking about the game, because, well, we have plenty of time on our hands to do just that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy hunting.